We're live on the Woodland Park Underground. Are you here? Am I here or am I here? Oh, I'm here. Dang it. That camera's not as fancy. It's not as good. Well, kind of exciting news on at least on my part, just to report about this because I want to be honest with you. I am not I'm not the suing type. Like I've never sued anyone, and I've had family members that have been sued before. My grandfather's been sued and had to pay out and stuff. He owned properties and got sued by one of his maintenance men or whatever. I have never been the suing type. But if I was the suing type, I'm sure I would have multiple cases against both the city of Woodland Park and the Woodland Park Police Department. As a matter of fact, I've actually been contacted by multiple lawyers wanting to talk to me about cases where they believe my civil rights were violated. I've had the chief of police put out orders that they want to see me in federal prison. I have a recording from a Woodland Park Police Department officer who wanted to see me in federal prison. And it was by order of the chief, Miles DeYoung, for social media posts. We got to take this guy out. We got to get rid of the Woodland Park Underground. We got to get rid of Michael Dalton. These are conversations that happen among Woodland Park police officers to try to get me. And I've gone to court. I've been in trials. I've stood in front of judges, and those officers no longer work here. They run, tuck tail, and run because when they lose, if I was the suing type, they would be on the next federal dock headed to court. I'm not the suing type, but I told my wife, well, let's see what happens with these two federal cases against Woodland Park, because these are the same lawyers that have contacted me. So here's the deal. Chief Miles DeYoung, the Woodland Park Police Department, and 11 other officers are named or will be named in the open federal court for civil rights violations, for a multitude of criminal behavior and criminal activity. But the only way we can go after these officers is to sue the city or sue the police department. And guess what? That's what's happening. It is going to cost you money. It's going to cost you money. The people behind this camera that live here and pay taxes and try to reside here in Woodland Park without being harassed. Listen, there are a number of people that have reached out to me since we've posted today that have said, I need to find a lawyer. I've had my rights violated from the Woodland Park Police Department. I've had my rights been violated by the city. And so I formally anticipate multiple lawsuits coming in 2020 against Woodland Park City and Teller County Sheriff and Chief Miles DeYoung of the Woodland Park Police Department. I've been sitting on this porch for 10 years telling you about the corruption, whether on my own social media, whether I was having a glass of scotch with somebody sitting here, or whether you finally started following the Woodland Park Underground about 6 or 7 years ago. I'm telling you right now, I've been talking about the corruption in this town with law enforcement, the politicians, and the city for years. Now they're going to be held accountable in federal court, and it will cost hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a day for the city to even just defend themselves. Even just defend themselves in federal court could cost them $1 million. Who knows what they're going to have to pay out? Who knows what they're going to settle for? Who knows? But I'm going to tell you, tune in right here on the Woodland Park Underground to follow. I actually know more about probably some of these lawsuits than I even pretend to say I do, right? But I haven't gone through them. But let me put it this way. I have text messages from local news stations that are asking me about, are you going to witness in these lawsuits, hell yeah, I'll witness against the city of Woodland Park. Hell yeah, I'll bring some video too. And so I don't like that it has come to someone suing the city of Woodland Park and suing our police station. But I will say it's about time. It's about time. They have to answer in federal court. See, we don't get to play with local judges. These are federal judges that could care less about your little local politics. And so when it comes to constitutional violations, they are very serious. And when cops and when local officials and when elected officials violate those things, they need to be held accountable. And the only way to hold them accountable in this time is to sue them. I've tried, I've gone to the city manager that we have right now, and I tried to warn people about this. Darren Tingerman is the most disingenuous person you will ever meet. He will smile to your face. He will say, "Oh, goody, goody, goody," and then he'll go right behind your back and doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about the citizens of Woodland Park. Look at our city government. It's going to crumble. They're going to start firing people because they're not going to pay. They're not going to be able to pay. They ain't got the money. We're broke. We're in debt. We're so damn in debt. We got debt on top of our debt. And we're going to be in more debt. Millions after federal lawsuits. Disingenuous. I can say this because I've personally met with the man on multiple occasions. All of which I walked out his doors and literally got stabbed in the back in some way, shape, or form. So, you know what? Open season on the city of Woodland Park. Open season on the city of Woodland Park Police Department. And I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about being held accountable. It's open season for accountability. When it comes to the police of Woodland Park, when it comes to the city officials, when it comes to the city manager, when it comes to the politicians. Our mayor is the worst scoundrel we've ever elected is our mayor right now. We just lost one of the best mayors. Shout out to the Levy family and just the prayers that I've been praying for the Levy family. We've lost one of our best mayors, and we have one of the worst mayors in public office right now. We have Heritage Foundation plants. We have a sheriff who runs a private militia. We have, we've got all kinds of corruption happening. And by the way, stay inside now. COVID's running loose. We got to shut businesses in Teller County. We got to shut the businesses and we got to shut down the churches in Teller County. We got to shut down. We got to shut them all down. So, like I said, if I was the suing type, I'd be on top of these lawsuits with my name written all over them. I'm not the suing type, but I do like to watch how the system holds the system accountable, right? If you live outside the system, then you live outside the system. But you want to play by system rules, then you're going to have to answer in federal court. Hey, hit share on this video. If you're from Woodland Park, share this in one of your favorite groups. People think I'm lying about this shit, but the documents are right in front of you. Miles DeYoung, the city of Woodland Park, the Woodland Park Police, and 11 named officers will be held accountable in federal court. That makes me happy. It makes me happy that people are waking up in this town and they're going to hold our city officials accountable. If I told you some of the stories that happened with these individual lawsuits, if I told you the stories behind it, it would make you sick. These officers disgraced a handicapped child. I could tell you more. There's a bunch of pedophiles in there too. I would tell you her name. She used to work for the freaking school. Now they have to put her on patrol. She's a pedophile from Louisiana. I get so fucking mad when I think about it, because they just run our streets and do shit, and they hide behind this little blue badge, and they hide behind we're little blue lives matter, and we're heroes, and they are the most defiable, despicable people on the planet. They run our little town. Makes me mad. I get fired up about it. Bunch of pedophile cops. come after little kids, little handicapped children. Freaking fires me up, man. If you haven't watched the documentary Tread, the difference between the documentary Tread and Woodland Park is that our people fight with lawsuits. When they bullied a business owner, he had no option but to sue them. And Arden Weatherford sued the city of Woodland Park. He won the lawsuit against the city of Woodland Park, and it cost the city of Woodland Park hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyer fees and payouts. If Arden Weatherford had lived in Granby, and instead of being a beer owner was a welder, he may have demolished this town. Watch the documentary Tread on Netflix. I'm not backing what that dude did, but when small towns are taken over by the most corrupt and evil people on the planet, and they go after business owners who have to sue them to even just run their own businesses. Bad Rock Auto, federal lawsuit against the city of Woodland Park. I think they finally settled with that. I think the city knew that they were going to lose, and they settled quickly with Bad Rock. Now we've got two more federal lawsuits happening in our city because of the corruption, because of the most evil, vile people on the face of the planet are in law enforcement. There's a couple of good ones. I ain't going to lie. I know the good cops in Woodland Park. I can name them. I can count them on one hand. I can tell you where they live, who they are, and who their children are. I can also tell you where the most evil cops are, where they live, where their children are. You don't think I keep tabs on the most evil men in Woodland Park? You better believe I do. They keeping tabs on me. I keeping tabs on them. Got to know where those evil, you got to know where your evil resides. You got to know where they live. They come after your children. They've come after my children. They've come after other people's children. They've harassed families. They've harassed families around religious principles. They've harassed young girls. Some of the women cops in this town they're pedophiles. They're fucking pedophiles. Oh, some of the married couples. Teller County Sheriff, Woodland Park PD, married couples. That's because they play both sides. They get away with the most illegal shit. But if I'm lying, I'm dying. We'll find out in federal court, won't we? I can't wait. This isn't some ACLU suit either. That's what people think. This is the ACLU going against, some ICE violations. No. These are civil violations against citizens here in Woodland Park, and the number is going to stack. They're going to start stacking up because people are going to start waking up to what they have to do to make a difference in their own town, and that is they have to sue their town. Their town has been taken from them, from evil people. And the only way they're going to get through it is to sue the hell out of them and to run the people who have done it out of office and then out of town. We need to run Miles DeYoung out of town. We need to run Jason Sheriff out of town. We need to run them out of town. They are taking over, and in 20 years, they will have leveled and destroyed Woodland Park with their corruption. But now they're going to pay. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. People ask me why I get so fired up, because we're talking about pedophiles. We're talking about people who have harassed innocents. We're talking about racists. We're talking about the most evil, defiable people on the face of the planet who have come in and taken over Woodland Park. And now they have to answer for it. Guess who's still going to be standing around here drinking coffee, sitting on his porch? Me. Guess who we're going to run out of town? The evil ones. They're trying to partner up. They're trying to partner up with the church. They're trying to partner up with Andrew Womack. Oh, Sheriff is a Satan worshiper, and he's trying to partner up with Andrew Womack so he got his little partners together. Oh yeah, these guys kill people, feed them to their hogs out back. The sheriff literally has a private militia that he pays, that they're going to start a civil war right here in Woodland Park. They got their militia planned out. They got people. There's going to be people that are going to find out about this. And when they start talking about it, when you start seeing it on your national news, when you start seeing it run in your datelines about the little old town in Woodland Park, Colorado, Teller County, where Sheriff, whatever his name is, Jason, the mercenary minstrel, whatever is Manka, whatever his name is, him and his little militia are going to be frontline news. They're going to be frontline news when they fight against the National Guard. You watch. These guys are running some real dark ops stuff. The other day when they had a helicopter op where the Black Hawk helicopters landed at the sheriff's department, come get your picture. Rumor is 2 of those helicopters broke off and went to their private militia training area. That's just rumors, folks. Rumors coming from some of the most reliable sources that I have in Teller County. People in media, people who are investigative reporters, people who are looking into this, and they are scared for their lives. They are scared for their lives because they know the evil that is happening. The only difference between me and them is I'm not afraid to say it. They know where I live. They've been here. They done played social media and cops, and they lost. That's why I'm still sitting here. They wanted me in federal prison. Miles DeYoung put an order out to put me in federal prison. Ryan Kowalski let the slip out of the bag, and I got a recorded conversation of him saying they have ordered us to do whatever we can to put Michael in federal prison. They've been coming after me for years, folks. The difference between me and them is they don't run my life. They don't control my life. They can't touch my life. And if they do, they end up perishing. They end up disappearing. Their jobs ruined. Their places of work, they get fired. Come after me. Come after me before you go after anyone else. Play social media games. That's the difference. Dad's got a little television station on his front porch. How do we go after the guy with the television station? You can't, because I'm not censored by anyone but Facebook and YouTube. Sons of bitches. People are scared. I joke about this. I make light about it. I get passionate about it. I try to bring you the truth with a little bit of humor. And then you're like, is he telling the truth? Because sometimes the truth is so scary, you don't even want to be serious about it. And that's what's happening in this little community here in Woodland Park. I know everything looks hunky-dory. I know, right? Oh, it's all hunky-dory. It's not hunky-dory because the cops do their job. It's hunky-dory because the people that live here, right? But there is a group of people that are going around and they are harassing and violating. I could tell you of a business owner right down the road where Beth Dyke Huber, and I'm not against lesbians, but when they start tickling children and stuff, you got to be real careful with these women cops. And Beth Huber attacked a business owner, a very prominent business owner, someone who's been in this community and has fed this community and has been a part of this community a lot longer than most of these cops. And because he's a different color skin, they come after him. They're a bunch of racist pigs. And it makes me freaking mad and sick. I know. I'm just a crazy guy in Woodland Park. I'm just a crazy social media guy. Listen, I've worked for myself for 25 years. I love my family. I love this community. I know dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of beautiful people in this community. And when you start harassing the beautiful people in this community wearing a badge and a gun, when you get harassed, you call Michael at the Underground, and I'll tell Woodland Park about it. If you have a story of harassment, if you think that your civil rights have been violated by the city of Woodland Park or Woodland Park Police Department, you get a hold of me and I'll put you in touch with lawyers who are suing them in federal court. Maybe you can start your own lawsuit. You need a little money during COVID? Sue the city of Woodland Park. Sue the police department. Gets me so fired up. These pedophiles are gonna pay. We ain't got no pedophiles in the government, do we? Oh, you're a Clinton supporter. Oh, you're a Bush supporter. Oh, you're a Trump supporter. We ain't got no pedophiles in that group, do we? We ain't got no pedophiles in the priesthood. No pedophiles in the Catholic Church. Those are all perfect people. No pedophiles in the police station. No pedophiles in the fire station down in Colorado Springs. No pedophiles in the sheriff's department. No pedophiles. They're all amongst your leadership, people. These are the freaking sickest people on the face of the planet. Miles D. Oh, I could call them by name. I'd love to call them by name. Bring a lawsuit. If I'm lying, they should sue the hell out of me. But they know they don't want to stand in court when I start playing videos of mothers who've cried out to me because their kids have been violated in schools by resource officers. Call me into court. Let's go to court. I'll come to court with you guys. Bunch of pets. There's one that lives right down the block from me. One that lives around the corner with his puppy dog. I get fired up. I'm sorry. I got 3 kids, and I got to protect my kids from these damn cops. I hope they have to pay out millions of dollars. I hope we don't have to defund our police station. I hope they defund themselves in federal lawsuits in 2020. Gets me fired up, man. If you knew of all the evil stuff that the cops have done in this town, they've been a part of murders, elected official, a coroner down the street, been the coroner in this town for 30 years. He's the most corrupt. They've buried deaths in this town. They've buried people in this town you wouldn't even know about. Made people disappear. Let criminals go on crime sprees for years because they didn't stop them here. I've seen it. I saw election fraud this year here in Woodland Park. I've seen pedophile cops. I've seen racist cops, racist politicians. Got one of the most Jim Paff is one of the most racist men on the face of the planet. And if you haven't ever talked to him, you'd get that feeling in 2 seconds. But maybe you're into that. Maybe you're part of the problem. Maybe you're a racist. Maybe you're not into cultural people coming into Woodland Park, people from other ethnicities from around the world. It's becoming a very sick place. The sickness is going to just begin to spill over. You're going to see it, right? You're going to see more and more news articles. You're going to see more and more press telling stories of how sick our government, our law enforcement is. And you're going to see it all over the country. But I'm talking to you in Woodland Park. I'm talking to the people that live here. It's in your little mountain town at 8,500 feet. These guys are the most corrupt. Most. Some of them, I've seen some of them, they will smile in your face and they will molest your child behind your back. I'm done. I should have been done 20 minutes ago. Should have never had to even do this video. I hope they lose their ass in federal court. Miles DeYoung, you better pack shop and move.